Honorable Manager Sister Julie, Principal Sister Riza, Vice Principal Sister Neelam, Sister Nutan, Sister Prasanna, and all the respected teachers, a very warm good morning to one and all. So today, really I am very glad to stand before you to express my ideas regarding project-based knowledge, project-based learning. My topic for the today is project-based learning. So these days, actually, we are facing lots of problems in class controlling. Many things happen inside the class. Students are not listening. So there may be a various reason, but many words are related to us as being a teaching profession. Many words are related to us. We are known as lesson builder, educator, facilitator. So anyhow, it's a part of our life. We have to accept the challenges and we have to solve this problem. Nobody is going to come to solve this problem. So today's topic is one of the teaching method. So you can say it's the best method we can use in our teaching process so that the students are going to get the knowledge in the maximum. Like today's what happened these days. Many of the teachers went to the school, they went to the class at the class, and they start lecturing on a particular topic. But what exactly happened? Many of the students are not able to understand it. We cannot say that they are not listening to us. Because being as a teacher, when you are inside the class, we have some responsibilities. So we have to cope up with it anyhow and it means. So how can you teach the students? Maximum number of students, that is our responsibility. So based on that, today's my topic is project-based learning. We are going to understand the various aspects related to this project-based learning today. Before starting this particular session, I hope today's session will be very enjoyable. It will not quite boring. And I try to give maximum thing in a very less time, so that it will going to help all of us to teach the students in a very good way and they get maximum from us. That is our main motive. Okay. So before going to start the presentation, so, as my today's topic is based on teaching methods, so I'd like to start our today's session with a beautiful quote that the taste of a good teacher is not how many questions he can ask his pupils that they will answer readily, but how many questions he inspires them to ask him which he finds it hard to answer. Really, it's an important thing for all of us. We used to say that being as a teacher, our motive should like this, that not to ask questions to the student. Definitely we have to ask, but our motive should be like this, to inspire the students to ask the questions. And you have to be always ready to answer them. They can ask a different type of questions, so you have to be ready for it. Maybe the questions are not related to the topic, or not related to your course, so you have to answer it. Maybe if it is not possible inside the class, then also you have to answer it. That is our main motive. So being as a good teacher, our knowledge, experience is all become meaningless if our students not able to grab whatever we used to give to the students. We start the topic inside the class and after completing it only one questions, I don't know, I'm just talking, I'm not blaming anybody, but the thing is common question you're going to ask with the questions. All of you understood it? The same answer they will be going to give to all the teachers. Yes, sir. Whether they were not going to understand it or not, but they are going to say yes, sir. But at the time of result, we come to know what is the result. See, our students not able to grab whatever you used to deliver inside the class, then our teaching, knowledge, experience all become meaningless. So, days, as in this 21st century skills, you know that we have to do something little bit extra from your textbooks. So that we are going to learn today. So let's move to our first slide. In this particular, we come to know about what is PBL. Short form of project-based learning is PBL. So here we come to know what it is exactly, how can we implement it, what are the advantage, disadvantage, uses, as well as what are the process of it, how can you implement it, how student it become useful for the students, all things today will come to know about it. So let's move to the next slide. Yes. So what is PBL? So as is written here, project-based learning is a teaching method in which students learn by actively engaging in real world and personally meaningful project. Yes. So what happens is this. When you enter the class, students are very ready. That's are going to come. They are going to choose a particular topic. There will be a lecture, 40-minute class. That's it. Those who are very good students, they are going to listen because they want to learn. So, as a teacher, our motive is not only for the good student. If there is a 50 student, our motive is to look each and every corner of the class. That whatever you are delivering, it is clear to all or not. If it is clear to everybody, that means yes, whatever you have given, it is okay. But if anybody is not understanding it, so then you have to make them understand. And what happened in this PBL, in a traditional method, that is lecture method basically that we are using inside the class. So what happened? All the students are not able to engage in it. They are not able to participate in it. The reason is that the topic that you are discussing inside the class, they are not getting it. You are lecturing, they are listening from one ear and out from another ear. Just plus away, not understanding what you are saying. So, I think in this particular method PBL, we can put all the students engaging and equally participate in the particular topic. We come to know how we can do this, and at the last, I was going to show one video that I have tried. As a language teacher, I have tried to do something extra to teach a particular poem in class 8. It's a sort of an example, it's not a long video, so I'm going to show it in the last time, okay, at the end of this project. So let's start it. Then PBL emphasizes on learning activities that are long-term, student-centered, and integrated with the real-world issues and practices. Yes. I think you have all of you are aware about the teacher-centered process and student-centered process. So, it is one of the student-centered process. It means that whatever you are going to do inside the class, as for the student level, you have to, the teachers are that type of creatures who have to adjust normal for circumstances. Like there is a very intelligent student also. Some are less intelligent and some are average. So you have to deliver the things in such a way that everybody can grab it. So teacher-centered process, student-centered process means you have to deliver the things inside the class as per them, so that they are very much free to ask questions. It happens sometimes inside the class. Basically, those are very strict inside the class, very strict. Students are not able to ask the questions. So, I think this will not work. If you used to teach in such a way that the students are going to ask the questions to you. If they are going to ask the question, that means what? It is a interest involved. That yes, they are taking interest in it. If they are going to ask the questions to you, that means they are taking interest in it. That is why they are raising questions. Okay. So, this is one of the student-centered method. It focuses more than on the learning, asking questions and making changes to products and ideas based on individuals and then response to the questions. Yes. So basically, it is done in a group. So as a teacher, likewise in lecture method, what we are delivering whatever ideas we have in a particular topic. So here you also have to work as a facilitator. Now how you can do this? You have to continuously watch them that what they are exactly doing. And everybody participation is needed. And that is your work inside the class, that everybody is participating in or not. You have to motivate them. Okay. And we come to know later on that how we can make a group, what will be the nature, what will be the components of the group, what is the role of teacher, what is the role of student, all things we come to know later on. So this is all about people, and I think so. If I know it, that doing practically and giving saying theoretically, it is lots of difference between it. In a class of 50-60 students, I think sometimes it is not possible. But at least in a week, if you are going to do it, that I think the problem that we are facing these days, that the concentrating means students going to not attending at the class. That particular problem we can slowly come up from it. Okay. So let's move to the next slide. Yes. So now this is goal of project based learning. So whatever you used to do, there is a aim of it. So what is the goal of it? Constructs an extensive and flexible knowledge base. Yeah, definitely. With the help of PBL, we can extend the knowledge. Okay. And as well as it is a flexible also. Flexible in the sense like the students are very much free to do the project in their own way. You only have to instruct them that how they can do this. Other than all the students are very much free to do the particular project in their own process. Let them make free. They are whatever they can do, let them do it. So finally, what is your work? You finally at the last stage you have to check that the particular topic that you have given to the student to solve it, they have all things are okay or not. If there is a particular aim behind any particular topic, so take an example, like in hydrodynamic power plant. Okay, this is one of the topics related to science. So what happened? You give a particular project to a particular group of students, and at the last, your job is to assess if that the motive behind this particular project is fulfilled or not. If they are able to answer it, that means it is very clear. And I am very much sure that whatever they will going to do it will be long lasting. They will not going to forget throughout their life. Because why? Because they are all everybody is involved in it. And from the first step to the last step, they all are working on it. That is why it will become a long lasting. They will not going to forget the concept of hydrodynamic power plant. Okay. Then, foster increase retention of knowledge, yes, gaining knowledge by the different sources. Basically, if they are going to work in a particular project, they are going to work in a group and they are going to gather the information from the reliable sources. So, what happened in this way? Only one in a lecture method, what happened? Only teacher used to give their knowledge, share their ideas. But here, what happened? They can get the information from the reliable sources, various reliable sources. In this world, what happened? They are going to retain the knowledge. Okay? Then, develop effective problem solving skill. Sure. What happened when they are going to engage this in a particular problem given by teachers? So they have to work on it. And what happened after completing the project? They have understood that how to solve this. So this will also increase their problem solving skills, because basically they all students who are going to engage in a particular topic and they are going to work on it. So definitely we are going to increase how to solve a particular problem. Okay. Then develop self-direction, lifelong learning. As I told you, it will be a lifelong learning. I can understand that when I was doing my graduation, one of my professor told that if you want to get a very successful life, then you have to work hard. There is no any other way to. There is no only short path so that you will get the success. Hindrance, obstacle, you have to face it. And if you are a successful person, then you don't need any introduction by anybody. It means that if you are going to wear a false jewelry, no. But if you are a successful person, you have to give your feelings in such a way that you are very big things. Okay. So if you are going to wear a false jewelry, it was going to identify you, oh my God, how much costly jewelry is he have taken, you wore it. But if you are not a successful person, if you are going to wear a real gold, people are going to say, oh, it's a falsehood. Why? Because you are not a successful person, you have not made your image that way. So as a teacher, our work is to make the student a very successful one, so that in upcoming generation they will not going to face any problem. That is why we are here and we are known as teacher. Okay. So, and then the last one, studying student intrinsic motivation to learn. Them, yes, definitely they are going to become a self-motivated one, because they themselves going to work on it. So in this way they will become self-motivated also. So these are the few, there are various, many goals behind it. But I have used all the main goals behind it. So now let's move to the next slide. Characteristics of PBL. So in this, student work in a small groups to increase knowledge by identifying learning objectives, engaging in self-directed work and participating in a discussion. Exactly. They are going to identify the objective behind it, given by a teacher. Suppose you are engaging a student in a particular project, definitely there is an objective behind it. So they are going to identify it, what are the objective behind it, why we are going to do this project. See, if they are going to understand what is the purpose behind it, what is the objective behind it, then definitely they can do something better as they are used to do inside the class. And everybody is going to self-directed work. Okay, self-directed work, that means they are going to work by their own self. There will be no teachers will not going to involve themselves directly. They will not going to involve themselves. So just only being a work, teachers are going to work here as a facilitator, not as an instructor. Okay, so this is a self-directed work. That means they are going to work by themselves and participating in discussion. If they are going to work in a group, they are going to discuss with each other, and by discussing they are going to come to one of the conclusion that what will be the report of it, what will be the final step of it. Okay. It provides students with a greater access to information, support, resource, flexible approaches to learning, collaborative learning activities, and opportunity for self-development, so that they can get result in higher level of structural environment. Yes, access to the informations, definitely. As it is a flexible method, so you have to give freedom to the student that yes, if you can do anything. Likewise, you can take the information from any very reliable person. Even if it is needed, you can take it from your parents also. So they will going to take the information from various sources. So it is one of the way to gather the information. Support. Each and every members of the group, they are going to support each other. Then resource, flexible approaches, and collaborative learning. Yeah, this is one of the important quality of 21st century learning skills, collaborative learning. And it is very important, I think so, because you know that after completing your higher studies, you have to work somewhere. And if you have to work somewhere, I think so, you will not going to alone work. Huh? You have to work in a group. And you have to learn how to work in a group. This is also one of the important quality of everybody. Everybody cannot work in a group because of certain reason, various reasons behind this. So it is very important to work in a group. If you are going to the students from the school based from school level only, they are going to learn about that how they are going to work in a group. Okay. So these are the characteristics of PBL. Now let's move to the next slide. Yeah, components of PBL. Non-lecture format, teacher acting as a facilitator. It is a non-lecture method. As we used to lecture, these days, traditional method, what we used to do, we used to lecture the students on a particular topic. And being as a language teacher, have to give a lot of lecture, like this, giving the, to make them understand what is the story and what is all about characteristics and so many things. So here what happened, in PBL method, we are not going to lecture. It's a non-lecture method. We don't need to say anything. We have to work on it. The student will themselves will be involved in a particular topic, and they will going to do the things by themselves. And what is the role of teacher? As a facilitator. Whatever things are needed to do the project, you have to facilitate. So as a facilitator, you have to work. Presentation of real world situations or problem for ordinary learning. So what happened? Here teachers are going to choose any particular topic which is based on real life situations. Okay. and they have to assign the students to work on it. So definitely they will need to work on it and they come to know what are the objective behind it. Okay, group work and group discussion. This is one of the component of PBL project-based learning, that is group work and group discussion. As per the student strength, we have to divide the students in a 5 or in a 10, depending upon the number of students, and there will be a group discussion. Within that, they are going to solve all the things. Okay, and they can finally they will come to give the results. This is the results, and you have to access it. It is not like that we have to access by whatever they have written. You have to ask the questions related to it. You also have to ready yourself that what question going to ask, so that if they are going to answer it, that means they are going to understand what is the objective behind it. So you also have to be ready with all things. And then students directed solutions of selected problems. Yeah, the students will be directed how to solve the problems. Teachers will not be directed how to solve the problems. The students are very much free to solve the problems by their own way. Here in this particular project-based learning. So these are the components of PBL. Now let's move to the next slide. Yeah. So before going to start this, I would like to show one video. Then I'll come to this particular. Whatever given here, we're going to discuss it later on. Let's move to one of the video.
So when you're working on projects and you really have student-driven lessons, it can be scary because you don't feel like you're in control, but you really are. If you are planning the right way ahead of time, you are scaffolding every single aspect of that lesson and what the students are doing. You may say to yourself, it's way too much, there's too much to do. But that hard work in the beginning allows it to be completely student-driven, and they know that this is their education and that I'm here to support them. I'm not here to tell them what they need to know.
What else can we use the lake for besides drinking and fishing? I want you to think about more uses for a lake. Keep thinking. Think about the lakes in our community. What kinds of things do we use our lakes for?
So it's not about just giving kids a worksheet that the teacher has created to complete. It's about introducing the topic in a way that will build curiosity. It's about being able to provide opportunities for kids to inquire and ask questions around it. It's about providing opportunities for kids to work together to find their own answers to the questions that are posed, or perhaps generate more questions.
Just think for a minute and reflect on this idea. What is working well for your group?
Teachers need to be very conscious of building in opportunities for reflection, because that's the thing that's very easy to forget, whether it's setting aside the last 3 minutes, whether there are benchmarks, and when you finish a particular part of the project, you stop and you reflect on what you've learned so far. Some teachers use a class whiteboard, and as things are learned, he stops the class and says, let's all gather around for a minute, let's talk about the things we've learned, let's reflect on this learning so far.
And then the next step would be to really be able to engage in discussion with their peers to gauge what was the thinking from their partner or their group members, and how does that now shape my thinking.
I'm really proud to hear how well you're working together.
So we have learning targets for every day. Sometimes the students write them, sometimes I write them. And I like to have them track themselves on that learning target, either throughout the lesson or throughout the week if it's a longer learning target. So having them do it themselves gives them that pride in their own education and makes them more engaged in what you're doing. They don't feel like, oh, okay, Ms. Eller doesn't think I'm learning anything. I know that I'm learning something because I'm the one tracking my own learning.
I definitely believe that in comparison to a traditional model, a PBL model allows for relevant, rigorous, and responsive teaching and learning that happens each and every day.
So as you have seen that this video, how all students are engaging themselves in a particular project, and teachers are also helping them how to do it. So I think so is one of the best method by which we can teach this our students, especially in the junior classes, so that they can cope up with the situations. And not only junior classes, we can use it in our senior classes also. So we hope that we can start this in our school, at least if it is not possible for all the days, but also at least in a week we can do this by giving them a particular project and how to work on it. So here you can see one diagram is here, that is learning pyramid. As I told you, teachers, that being as a teacher is not only we have to look after the good students. We cannot say look at bad students. All students are good for us. We have our motive is to give them maximum, and we have to see each and every student who are sitting inside the class, because they have right to know about it. And how to grab their attention is our work. That is why we are there. We have to understand our responsibility and how to grab their attention. It is our work. And what we are going to grab it, that is up to you. You are very much free to do anything inside the class which is related to the topic. But anyhow, the final result, the conclusion, culminations, it would be, if it is okay, then very good. Otherwise, your teaching process, your teaching style, your knowledge, everything will become meaningless. So here, see, one of the diagrams is I have given here. Here you can see the first one is starting from the top. Okay. So as you can see the lecture, this is the different types of methods. The lecture method. You see here no percent. That means students are going to grab nothing. Then you say, sir, then how it is possible? The students are getting the result 50%, at least they are getting. I say, I'm not talking about average students. I'm not talking about the intelligent students. Intelligent students can grab it from anywhere. If you are not going to tell them, then also they can do all the things. But I'm talking about the average student, those who are average. If you are going to do the things in a lecture method, the result will be zero. A big zero. They are not going to understand anything. Yeah, although they are going to learn the question answer, and then even I found that some of the, I think math teachers have faced this problem. Some of the students are also used to learn the process of any particular questions. They used to learn the process because teacher used to give the process in the class, and they are going to learn the process each and where I have to give equals to, where I have to give minus, where I have to put plus, they are going to learn the things because they are not able to understand the concept behind it. So the reason is that we used to give the lecture method, so average students are not able to understand. We will get big zero here if you will start if you will teach them in the lecture method. Then come to the next part, that is reading. So by reading is not teacher reading. Students, if a student is going to read the things by themselves, they are going to give only 10% whatever you used to give inside the class. Only 10%. Then audio visual. 20%. Definitely. Take an example. Right now I stand before you. If no projector is there, only I am going to deliver a speech, lecture with a blah 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 blah. How many things you can grab it? I think very few. Because our mind always are not in a particular topic. We cannot control our mind. It will going to deviate. So here is a projector. At least we can see what is there. So by seeing audio visual method, the students can grab only 20% of it. Then by demonstration method, if you are going to demonstrate, that means like being as a language teacher, if you are going to act in the same way. Suppose I am teaching any particular poem or any particular story. So depending upon the characteristics, teachers also have to play a role in front of the students. That is called demonstration. If you are going to start it in this way, students are going to grab 30% of it. Then discussion. That is one of the part of this thing, group discussion. See, we are going to discuss the things with the students, and the students are going to discuss among themselves. They are going to grab it 50% of it, whatever it used to be. And then the next one is practice doing. Practice doing means if they are going to involve in a particular project, practically they are going to handle the problem. Practically they are going to solve that particular topic, and they are going to learn whatever is in the topic. They are going to grab 70% of it. And then other method, teaching others in other method, various methods are there. It's up to you how you can do this. But to give 100% result is not possible, but at least 90 to 95% we can do by using other skills of teaching process. And it is totally depend upon us what method we are going to use inside the class so that everybody can understand what you are doing. Okay, so this is one of the learning pyramid. Now let's go to the next slide. Yeah, here there is one cycle, that is problem solving cycle. So it's related to project based learning. Here see there are 5 total steps. You cannot say it is a step. Steps will come to later. There is a 7 step behind it. So this is one of the process that how a particular topic can be solved. See here, first one is define the problem. Teachers, as a facilitator, will going to give some problem to the student. So now in a group, everybody have to go through it and they have to define the problem, what is it related to, what type of problem it is, and what by solving it, what they are going to achieve. Okay. By doing this, next one is brainstorm solution. So definitely this is a group discussing usually happen because it is a member of group members, 5 members, 10 members. So everybody will have different ideas. It is not like that my ideas are going to match with Ahmed's or Kekame's ideas are going to match with me. So different type of ideas they will get. And by grabbing everybody's ideas, they have to come up final solutions. And which particular solution they were going to pick it out so that this particular problem they will going to solve it. Okay. So third step is to pick a solution. So after discussing with the group members, they are going to pick one solution that okay, it is okay, we can solve this particular problem with this particular method. And after that they are going to implement. That is the 4th step. And by implementing it, that means they are going to engage themselves to solve the problem, and then finally they review the result. Finally they will come to know the result of it. Okay. So this is one of the process. Now in the next slide we come to know about the process of PPL. Is how they have to work. What are the different steps behind it? These are the 7 steps. So starting from clarify. The students read through the problem, then identify and clarify any words or concept that they do not understand. Yes. Students will get the problem, they will go through the problems, and suppose if they have anything to ask, they are not able to understand it. So teachers have to clarify it, okay, you can do it this way. This is the way, this is the problem. If you are not understanding, so in this way you can do this. As a facilitator, you have to give your role also. Then, after clarifying the problem, define it. So student are going to define it, what type of problem it is, and after defining it, they move to the next part that is called analysis. So here what happened? The student discuss the problem. At this stage, there is no setting of ideas. So they have already defined it. They have already decided in what way they are going to solve this. And here they will going to discuss the problem among each other. See your role to make a group. Now how are you going to make a group? It is not like that. All the intelligent students are going to sit in one place, and there will be a weak student other side. It is not like that. Make a mixture of good and intelligent as well as average as well as weak student. This is what happened. All they will going to discuss with each other, and the students who are very intelligent, they are going to hear the others also. Okay, so engaging and participation of everybody is very important here. Next one is the review. Students now try to arrange their ideas and explanations into alternative solutions. So everybody is going to arrange the ideas, and after that they have to come to solutions. And then next step is to identify learning objectives. I told you behind every particular project there is an objective behind it. So they are going to identify the objectives. Okay, if you are going to do this, then we will get this things. We will grab this. Okay. So they are going to identify the objective. Next is self-study. What is self-study? The student individually gather information towards the learning objectives and prepare to share their findings with the rest of the groups. So they will going to gather the information toward the learning objectives. They are going to grab this information from different students. And after discussing all this with everybody, what exactly happened? They will come to a conclusions. And final step is to give a report. The students come together in their groups and share their result. The facilitator check the learning objectives have been met or So after that, when after completing the project, they will show you the reports that this is the things, and it is not like that simply you always have to be very cautious to judging them. For example, suppose you have given any particular project, you have already given them freedom. You can do this anyway in your home also. So what happens? Some of the students used to take help of others. They are not at all involved in that particular project. So at the time of what happened, at the time of report, we always have to be very cautious by asking questions. If they are able to answer it, how they have, if definitely if they are going to engage in this, in a particular project, they are able to answer it. Okay. So the final report, the student have to be very ready to show the result and be ready to give the answers that how they have done this particular project. Okay. So these are the 7 steps of PPL. Now let's move to the next slide. Student roles. What are the roles of student in this particular method? So students have to assume a high degree of responsibility for their own. There's something mistakes, not our. It will be own education, I think so. Through effective self-learning, working with others, and setting relevant goals for themselves and the group as a whole. So yes, they have to understand their responsibility. If they will going to understand the responsibility that for what process, for what things they are doing this particular project, and then they have to represent it as a whole. In a group, not a particular student going to represent it. Everybody have to participate as the leader going to represent the report as a whole. The student be able to present demonstrations of their learning and achievements. The students have to be very ready to show the demonstrations and for the presentations what they have done in this particular any particular project. Student must collaborate, expanding their active listening skills and requiring them to engage in an intelligent focused communication. So this is a collaborative learning I told you. Everybody have to involve and everybody have to participate, and each and everybody should do something in a project. It is not like that in a group of 5 members only 3 members are active. And all the EMT members they were not going to do. They only for the showing purpose they were going to involve in a particular project. So it is our work to see that they are involving in it or not. That we have to show as a facilitator. Okay, so these are the student roles. Group members roles. The other group member roles you can say that active participation. Yes, definitely everybody have to participate. Then active listening, everybody have to listen each other ideas, then asking questions, raising questions, answering it, giving information, and then finally make the decision. These are the different roles of group members. Yeah, so here some of the common difficulties in dealing group. So here we are going to have a sort of activity here, very short, it's not a very tough one. Here you can see I have tested 3 pictures, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have to guess that what are the problem, what are the difficulties behind it. Okay. So come to the first picture. This one, this watch one you can see now. This one. So please can anybody guess what type of difficulty it is? Anybody? Yeah. Time.
Takes lots of time, so
Yes.
it may be possible the students being short of time during their activities.
Exactly. Yes, sir. So here, what is the common difficulties behind it? That while preparing any particular project, proper time they are not able to give. They used to finish the project in a very short time, so that they get very much free. Project is over. We have to give the report. Now we are free. So this is one of the difficulties in PPA. Teachers as well as the student both have to give a proper time so that they can complete the particular project. Okay. Next one. Who will guess it? Okay.
I think it's just losing hope after finding so many I think the reports and going through it. I think that girl is unable to identify which one to take and which one not to take.
Confused.
Yes, confusion.
Yes, thank you. Anybody else? That one. Student. It's okay. quarrel. Okay? No, that one. I'm not talking about this one. I'm talking about this one. Stress. Okay. Yeah. Everybody, you are right. Everybody's answer is, although directly or directly is right. But when they get confused, there is a particular reason behind it now. The reason behind it, they are not well prepared for it. When they are not very prepared to give the demonstration, to give the presentations, definitely they are going to get confused and they are not able to demonstrate it. They are not able to present it. So this is one of the difficulty in PBL. Okay. Next one. It's a very simple one, I think so. By picture you can identify it. Yes, Roshan sir.
Fear of failure and embarrassment.
Yeah.
Hypothesis is not cheap.
Yes, exactly. Ravindra sir, want to say something? Sir?
Nursing the child development profession.
Yeah. So this is a common problem, and I mean that the student definitely have to face this problem because they are, teenagers. They are not like us, so that we can understand everybody now. So what happened basically in this group method, they used to fight with each other. Your idea is not good, my idea is good. No, I'm not going to take your ideas. So this is the problem, one of the problems. So they start fighting with each other, and then finally what happened? Project host, nothing. So this is one of the problems. And the last one, these both are interrelated. These both are interrelated. The last one, can anybody identify? Okay, listen, sir.
Since there are different groups, so there will be different results and over discussion over that results.
Yes, exactly, sir. Thank you. Yeah. So, yes, sir.
They are not able to get the gateway to the final gist that they are discussing.
Yes, exactly. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This may is sometimes positive because they are interchanging their skills and elements behind the discussion.
Yes. We can take it as positive also.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I am taking it in a positive way.
Yes, exactly, sir. Actually, what happened here, in a group discussions, there are different members. No. So everybody have their individual experience and everyone will say their own ideas. So it may be, they're not able to come to a conclusion to what ideas they're going to, Yes. So these are the common difficulties in PBL learning method, but this can be solved. Okay, if we as a teachers be very active, then this all problem can be solved. Okay. Then come to the next slide. Yeah. Here some of the comparison I have made, that lecture method. Then I come to the project-based method also. See here, lecture method, what happened? Role of teacher. The role of teacher is an expert, direct thinking, hold knowledge, and able to understand. What he used to do? We enter the class with a particular topic, writing in the board. This is the topic, my dear student. Blah blah blah. Whatever your idea, you used to deliver. And what happened to the student? As a receiver, inactive, everything. Average students, those who don't have, maybe whatever you are saying, it is beyond their knowledge. They are not able to grab what you are saying. Your words, your way of talking, your delivering the speech inside the class. Maybe they are not able to get it. So, in this lecture method, this is very difficult and we are facing it these days. I think you all are agreeing with me. These days we are facing the problem, the students. So now, to change this, to overcome from this situation, we can use this method, that is problem-based learning. Here, role of teacher is to, as a coach, you have to present a problematic situations to them. You have to give a problem to them, and then, being a model, being as a coaches, you also have to be a code investigator. That means you have to go through that what they are doing. If anybody is not involving in that particular process, then you have to motivate them to involve themselves. It is your work as a teacher. Okay. And then assess learning. After that, you have to assess it also. And as a student, what are the role? as a participant actively grapple with the complexity of the situations, investigate and resolve the problem from inside. Definitely, if any particular method in a particular topic they are not able to overcome, so by this particular method, they are 100% they are able to understand. I am very much sure about it. So if you can use it, we can overcome from the situation whatever we are facing these days. Now, next come to the uses of PBL, that is project-based learning. Some uses to acquire subject matter knowledge, motivate learners to learn, help learners with retention, develop student thinking skill. Yes, definitely. This is thinking skill. See, if they are going to work in a particular project, they are going to think that how to solve the problem. Okay, what to do to get a maximum result behind. So they are going to think in this way. What happens is thinking skill will be improved. Okay. Developing student key skills relevant to employment such as interpersonal communication skills. This is one also important thing. We are always go behind the students speaking English. Yeah. So what happened? Here in a group they are going to discuss the things with each other. So in this way what happens? Their communication will also going to improve. Not only the subject matter but their communication will also going to improve. So this is one of the important things. Fostering professional competencies and confidence together with the professional identity. Yes. I don't know how many you know about the 3 C's. 3 C's squad. These are the quality of a person. 3 C's. Anybody know about the 3 C's? 3 words from C's. Okay, no problem. See, these are competitiveness, commitment, and curiosity. These particular 3 C's we should always adapt it. If you are being a competitive in nature, then definitely you will going to move ahead. Commitment, you have to commit yourself that yes, I can do this, and within this particular time I am going to do this particular work. You have to commit it. And curiosity to know the new things. It is not like that, your project over, your topic over, this is this, after that you stop yourself. No. We have to encourage the student that yes, you should know the new things from the reliable sources. So these are the 3 C's. If anybody is having these 3 C's, then definitely they will going to have a great success. You take the example of various examples, you get those who are successful persons. They are following these 3 C's: competency, curiosity, and commitment. And linking theory and practice. Yes, definitely. Theory is very important. We are not ignoring the theory. Our textbook is very important for us. But take it as a reference. You cannot simply read it and deliver the same thing to the student. We have to relate the theory with the practical knowledge. And if they are going to learn it practically how to solve the problems, then definitely our objective is over. Now what means? Means like that we are teaching the student English. So what is the objective behind teaching English? So after completing the study, they are able to speak, they are able to write with the proper grammar. Okay, and if suppose they are working in a particular company, if boss will ask, please make a report of this particular presentation, they are able to write it. See, if they can do properly with a good grammar, then definitely the objective of English is fulfilled. In this way, various subjects have some objectives. Like in example, take an example of, I don't know what's in mathematics, mensuration. So what happened? They were going to work, they will come to know what is the probability to break the practical like this. So what happened if they become engineer, civil engineer? So they have to give the report how to utilize that particular theory in a practical way. That is the important thing. Okay. So this method will going to help them how to use the theory in a practical way. And if you are going to get a success in a practical, then definitely throughout the class they are not going to forget the concept. It is a very important thing. We can use it. Okay. So these are the uses of PBL. Now let's move to the next slide. You know there is an advantage and also as well as if they are having advantage, disadvantage will be there. So come to the advantage first, then we come to the disadvantage of it. Deeper engagement and interaction with the learning content. Deeper engagement, yes. They will everybody have to work in a particular project, so they have the things. In this way, they are going to deeply engage in them. Interaction with the learning contents, definitely they are going to interact with each other and they are going to gather the information. Encouragement of high order thinking and problem solving skills. As I already discussed you, this is going to increase the problem solving skills, how to solve a particular problem with a different task, with a different method. Okay. Then, develop a peer and professional network. Can anybody say that how we are going to develop peer and professional network in PBL method? Yes, please. Yeah, exactly. There will be interaction between each other. Yes. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Miss. Definitely. Suppose if they are working in a group, they have to interact with each other. They have to ask the things with each other. So in this way, what happens? They are going to develop their peer and professional networks. Okay. Fostering 21st century skills like collaboration and communication. This is very important. We already know about it. This is one of the important quality of 21st century skills. Gaining valuable career insight. Definitely, students are coming to the schools and they are getting very good results. For what? To get have a very good career. So, in this method, it will help them to set a very good career in the future. Any problem? Yes. Yeah. Because they will get a various option. Okay. Then, this learning method helps in developing lifelong learning skills. I told you it's a lifelong. It will. That means if they are going to learn by this method, they will not going to forget the things. What happened in the lecture method? Once they enter the class, 40-minute class over, all things out from their mind. You ask them after 40 minutes, you come to the class and you ask the question. Within 40 minutes, after delivering the whatever you are going to do inside the class, ask them questions. They are not able to answer it. This is the demands of lecture method. Then it helps in developing practical knowledge that can be applied in a different process. It's a flexible knowledge process, and they can use it in a various method. They can use in a various contexts. So these are the advantages of PBL. Now let's come to the disadvantage of it. It is very difficult and expensive to use as a teaching technique when the class size is large. Yes, this is one of the disadvantages. If class size is large, then sometimes it is difficult to arrange the group and to maintain them. Okay, especially we have to face these problems here. We have already, yeah, sometimes it happens. Okay, then use of these, it is expensive also. That means in this particular, what happened, you have to facilitate some of the equipments also. So sometimes it becomes expensive. The student need more orientation to perform the role of learner as a PBL settings. As a what happened, you have to go behind them always, because this particular method may be new for them, so they are not able to cope up with it. Okay. Then resource expensive. Yes, sometimes it is expensive. I told you something very important. It is like that to perform any particular project or to make any particular project. Some equipments are required. So as we have as a teacher, as a school, we have to facilitate them. So sometimes it becomes resource expensive also. The staff students may be initially uncomfortable with PBL because they are used to subject-based learning and they do not really understand how to proceed in PBL. Yes, it is a new method. If you are going to start a new method, then we have to face the problem. But initially we get the problem, but slowly we can come up with this problem. Okay, then measurement of learning outcome is sometimes it is difficult. Definitely, everybody will give a difficult result of it. So you have to choose that it is okay or not. Sometimes it becomes very difficult for the teachers also to measure the learning outcomes. So these are the disadvantages of PBL. So finally, there is a one particular project made by class 8D students, Pihu Kumari and Beauty Mantha. So I just try something inside the class to make students. So one of the story, night angle and is not a story, it's a poem. The night angle and the global. So it's a short poem. I try to teach them in a role play method, because I think to teach literature role play method is one of the best method. So they are going to remember it for a long time. And I have tried inside my class, so we're going to see it later on. Okay, so let's go through this particular method, then finally we're going to conclude the day. How are you all, students? Very good. Mind you are all? Okay. So as I have completed your 15th chapter, so Shruti will going to perform this activity today, and everybody will going to see what exactly they are doing. Okay. So at the end of this particular project, I will going to ask you a question. If you are able to answer it, it means it is in your mind. It is fixed in your mind. Okay. So be ready for it. Are you all ready for it? Okay.
This is the nightingale bird who gets very tired by singing a song throughout the day. Now, he is very hungry. Oh, by singing continuously all the day, I have get very much tired. Oh, it is dark also. I want some food to eat. Oh, let's go to Hong. Oh, what is this sparkling light is there? I think there is a glow bar. Oh, finally I have got my food. What is happening to change like that? I think she is very hungry. I just have to do something. I am still like that. You know why it's very nice. I was looking at them. Just being just wrong. You also have like that, just like that. We should just appreciate each other. Let me do things. Why do I must make job look like this? You have good boys and I have good studies. We have to appreciate each other and let's enjoy the day. Okay. Enjoy the whole night. Thank you. Thank you, darling. Thank you. At last, both of them become good friends and enjoyed the day. And the nightingale get his supper somewhere else.
So, okay, my dear student, I should see that you and Beauty have performed very well. Okay, I hope so. All of you have already clear the concept of this particular poem. So, I hope so you have understood it. Are you liking this or not? Yes, sir. Interesting? Yes, sir. So, now let me see that you people have understood it or not. Okay, so they have narrated the story in a very good way. But what is the moral of the story? What we are getting actually from this? Okay, Deepika, tell me what is the moral of the story?
The moral of the story is to respect and appreciate each other's quality.
Okay, very good. One more question. Who is going to answer it? Achha, you. Okay, stand up. My question is that throughout the whole day, what was Nightingale playing?
Throughout the whole day, the nightingale was singing a sweet song for the villagers.
Very good. Clap for her. I hope so. In this way, we are going to teach you. You will not going to forget this particular written poem or stories. In grammar also, we are going to continue this way. Okay. I am going to make a group of you people and we are going to have this type of activity. Okay. So thank you. Have a nice day. So I have tried this inside the class. In this way, you can also do it and take the initiative to bring the student in something else way, so that they are able to understand the particular concept in a very nice way, and they will get something. Our motive is to give maximum to the student. That is our main motive. And how can you give maximum to the student? That's depend upon us. So here we come to the end of this particular sessions. Now it's all up to you. If you have to ask any questions, you are free to ask me. Yes, sir.
Good morning to all your present over here. First of all, I would like to congratulate you that you have explained very well. I want to know from you only one thing. You were saying, sir, lecture will not play any role over here. So, just as far as I know, that whenever I am teaching any topic, like suppose the database, okay. So, when I will finish the topic, then student will come to know what is the importance of database and what the thing we are going to give in society. Okay. So, if we are going to directly implement the project without any explanation, without any lecture, so how it will be? students.
Exactly, I get your question, sir. But at first only I told you that the lecture method, I said that if simply lecture, then it will not flow. I'm not saying that lecture don't have a role on it. Definitely lecture has a role on it. You as a facilitator, you have to make them understand that how they can do. Lecture is not mean that you are going to say the things in front of the student. Lecture can be in other way also. Likewise, take a particular example. As a facilitator, you have to make them understand that this is the topic here. In this way, you have to do it. And then finally, when they come to a conclusion, whatever your objective to give them, definitely there are particular topics are not for them. But as a facilitator, you have to work in the same way as the students are going to work. I am saying lecture method is important, but only lecture it will not work. Okay, I think it's very clear to you. Yes, anybody else? Yes, that's very good.
So that pyramid one, teaching others, what it is, sir? That I do not get.
Okay, sir, it is a one of the process that the way we are teaching inside the class, it is based on average students. Okay, so some of the weak students inside the class, whatever you are delivering, maybe whatever the way here we are teaching to the students, basically the means of English. Okay, and we have to do it. We use sometimes some words which is not at all understood by them. They are not able to go through it. So what happens? The average and weak students, whatever you are saying inside the class, they are not able to grab it whatever you used to teach them. Okay, so if only lecture method is going to use inside the class, the result will teach it. That is and this way some of the processes are given by reading, demonstrations, then group discussions. So these are the different way by how we can give the students to give a maximum thing to the student. That is my point of view here in that pyramid. I think it is clear or not?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. So that's all for me. I tried my best, so we can use this method in our teaching process. That's all. Thank you.
Good morning to one and all gathered here. On this wonderful morning, I would like to present a word of thanks. I take this golden opportunity to thank our resource person of today's workshop, Mr. Nitish, for attending this workshop in his busy schedule. We will cultivate the advice you gave us in real life. Thank you, sir. I extend my gratitude